Do you feel like you're always falling short by comparing yourself to friends, colleagues, family members, or even total strangers on social media? Today, I'm going to show you 5 strategies to break down the habit of comparing yourself. First strategy I have for you is actually something really good and powerful. If you notice you're comparing yourself to others, that's an important good step because that means you have self-awareness, and we need to be self-aware to change things. So for example, with social media, if you notice you just don't feel great opening this app and seeing all these other people achieving all of these things and you feel like you're not good enough, maybe that's a good sign to limit your time, set up a tracker, or just unfollow the people that don't bring you joy. Because at the end, social media should be something for you to be inspired by, not to make you feel like shit. Second tip is focusing on your own path and your own journey. Nobody is walking in your shoes. Nobody has the same goals as you. Nobody has the same looks as you. Nobody is you. And that is your superpower. And being really aware of that fact that you are on your own path and everybody else is on their own path as well is really freeing. There is this quote, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 88 or something like that. And that is so true, right? We always see people having the success, having all the things, and sometimes it seems like it was so easy for them, or they just got there like that. But it took hard work and effort for them as well. And if you're just starting out, knowing that is possible for you too is really empowering and maybe an inspiration to go and work on that dream. If we're focusing on our own journey, it's also super important to celebrate our wins. If you've been around a while, you know how much I love journaling, and by writing down your daily or weekly or monthly wins in a journal or on your phone, it can be a really powerful tool in times where we second guess ourselves, just not feeling great, or starting to compare ourselves to others, to look back at these notes and see how much we've accomplished. So what I like to do is that I have a daily morning routine, and I always reflect of one success or one win of the day prior. So I make it a daily habit, and it really forces me to focus on something that I've achieved. And sometimes when we think of wins, we think of these big grand things, but it doesn't need to be that. For example, a win could be that you got up this morning, brushed your teeth, showered, and got out of bed, right? Some days are just hard. It could be that you've been wanting to go making a dentist appointment, and you've neglected and pushed it off for so long, but now you finally did it. That is something to be proud of. It doesn't need to be big. There's a saying, a success is a success is a success. It doesn't matter how small or big it is, because over time, little tiny wins accumulate to big wins. So we need to start celebrating ourselves in order to get that confidence and just feel really good about ourselves. Taking tip 1 and 2 together, we're gonna focus on our own growth and our own journey and our own goals. So what is something that you would like to achieve? And then really get hyper focused on that goal and work towards it, because the more focused you are on your own journey, the less distraction the outside world has on you. The more you focus yourself inward and just really getting focused and really like a tunnel vision on your goals, there is no point of comparing yourself to others, because you know you're on your own path. You know you have your own goals. Gratitude. Focusing on what we already have in our lives. It's so important to focus on the abundance in our life and not the lack, because the more we focus on things that we have, the things around us, the more we attract and the more focus we actually put towards the things that bring us joy, that are working out. On the other hand, if we're focusing on all the things we don't have, on all the things other people have, we're just gonna focus more on these things and also attract more of these circumstances where we're just not feeling great, where we're feeling down, we're comparing ourselves, and we want to flip the script and just acknowledge how far we've come, being grateful for things we have. It's tiny things that sometimes we take for granted that make a really big difference. I also encourage you here to have a journal, a note app, or something similar to write down things you're grateful for. What I like to do is before I go to bed, like right before I close my eyes, I like to think of 3 things that I am grateful for that happened on that day. Just things in general, like having a roof over my head, having food, having clothes, being surrounded by beautiful people, surrounded, stuff like that. And it really shifts your mood. To choose gratitude before going to bed is really powerful, because we could also use that energy to focus on all the things that didn't work out. Focus on what you have while working on what you want. And the last tip is seeking support if you need it. Seeking support when you need it. We feel like we're the only people comparing ourselves to others, and everybody is kind of comparing themselves somehow to other people. Even the people that you admire and you think they have everything they ever wanted, they probably have somebody else that they compare themselves to. So opening up and talking about it with a trusted friend or a family member is really helpful, because if you get into the exchange, you feel like, first of all, I'm not alone. And second of all, you can talk about the triggers you experience. Sometimes we are so focused on doing everything by ourselves. We want to figure out everything by ourselves. We want to get through everything by ourselves. But community is so powerful. So if you have somebody that you can reach out to and be open with, please use this option, because it really, really helps. What it really comes down to in the end is to have enough confidence and self-esteem to break the habit of comparing yourself constantly to other people. So I will link a video that you can watch next, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.